In this session, let's understand about customer exits. Customer exits are implemented as function module calls in the main program. In the standard SAP program, SAP will make one call to a function module and it will leave that function module for you to implement your customization. So in this session, let's see how you can find these customer exits and how you can implement these customer exits. There are different types of customer exits. One is function module exits. These function module exits are typically used to implement any functionality. Let's say you want to apply certain custom tax rules, or you may want to convert the amount into a different currency. So such kind of functionality you can implement using this function module exits. So at a certain point in the main program, SAP will call a function module. It will pass the data which you can manipulate within your function module. So that is function module exits. Then we have menu exits, using which you can customize the menu. So if you have a standard SAP application and you want to add your own extra menu options to that standard SAP application, then you can use this menu exits. And we also have screen exits. The screen exits are used to customize the screen. For example, again on a standard SAP screen, SAP allows you to capture certain data, but you want to enhance it to add your own custom fields so that while creating a sales order, the user can capture certain extra custom data that is specific to your organization. So to do such things, we use this screen exits. So I'll show you how to work with these three types of customer exits: function module exits, menu exits, and screen exits. So we'll look at how you can find them and how you can implement them. When it comes to finding these customer exits, there is no one way of doing it. There are different ways we can find it, and most of the times you will explore all these different ways to find an exit. It is not straightforward, so it's a bit complicated. SAP provides a couple of transactions, CMOD and SMOD. CMOD transaction you can use to implement the enhancement, your customer exit, and SMOD transaction we use to find the exit. So if you want to see what are the customer exits available for a particular transaction, then we use SMOD to search for the exits. And once you find the exit, you can use CMOD to implement that exit. And another thing that differentiates customer exits from user exits that we discussed in the previous session is that from customer exits, SAP started supporting this switch framework, which means once you implement an enhancement, if you don't want to trigger that enhancement in future, then you don't have to delete the code. You can simply deactivate the enhancement. So when SAP is delivering this software, it delivers all these exits and all of them will be deactivated. But based on your requirement, you can choose which enhancements to be activated to get that additional functionality into your application. So for example, in the previous session, we've discussed this, we've implemented this enhancement to validate the item quantity. And let's say in future, I've implemented it currently, but in future I don't want this functionality. I don't want this logic to be executed anymore, because currently I'm doing wholesale, but let's say we've entered retail business and we no more want this to be triggered. I don't want this code to be triggered. With user exits, there is no for you to switch it off. If you don't want this, then you have to comment this code or delete this code. That's the only way to stop it from working. Again, if the user says only for certain things we want this and for certain things we don't want it, then there's no way you can selectively activate this, right? With switch framework, using the switch framework, once you implement the exit, you don't have to delete it if you don't want it in the future. You can simply turn it off. That's what we call switch framework. So I'll show you how that works as well. So to find an exit, this customer exits, let's say I want to find an exit that is available for this VF03 transaction. So this billing document transaction. Then you have to first find the package. So if you go to SC93 and give that transaction, this transaction belongs to this VF package. So first find the package, and if you go to SMOD transaction, here if you press F4 in this enhancement field, you can give the package name and it will list all the enhancements available for that package. So these are the enhancements available for this particular package. So there's a user exit available for header line in delivery to accounting, user exit for AR line. So here you can see if any of this meets your requirement, and if you double click on this is the enhancement name, and if you click on display and go to components, this is the function module that is called. The naming convention will be exit underscore program name underscore exit number. So if you actually go and search in this program, give this program name. So this is the program that is called when you're running that transaction, and this customer exits are called using this statement call customer function. So if you actually do a global search in this program by clicking on this find button and say call customer and search in main program, so these are the various customer exits that are called call customer function 002, 007, 3, and the enhancement we are looking for is 001. So what you can do is to identify if this enhancement is called at the right place. As I said previously, whenever you're trying to implement an enhancement, the important thing to check for is if that enhancement is called at the right place in the program flow. For example, if you want to do something before the document is saved, then your enhancement should be called before the document is saved, right? So what you can do is you can simply search for this enhancement call in the program 001, keep a breakpoint here and run the transaction, try to create a document and see if this enhancement is triggered before the document is saved. If it is triggered before the document is saved, then you can use this enhancement. Then the second thing you'll check for is what is the parameter interface, what data it is supplying. For example, it is supplying me VBRK data, the header data, but I want to do something with VBRP data, the item data. Then since this function module is not giving me the item data, then I cannot use this enhancement, because within the function module I can only manipulate the data that is passed to the function module, right? So if I want to check the item quantity, then this user exit is not supplying me the item quantity. So I need to find an enhancement which is giving me the item quantity, and that enhancement should also be triggered before the document is saved. So I'll check these two things while assessing whether a particular enhancement meets my requirement or not. So this function module, if you look at this enhancement, if you double click on this is the function module that is called. And within this function module, you won't write your code directly in the function module, because if you see, this function module name also is in a SAP namespace, so we don't edit it directly. But within that, they'll include one Z include program. So there will be one statement where they are including one Z include program. This program will be empty, it won't be available. So you can simply double click on this program. If the program is created by somebody else, it will open it. Otherwise, it will give you this warning message. Simply hit enter and it will ask you to create this include program. Say yes. And then here you can write your code. Okay. So whatever code you write here, you can only access the data that is available from within this parameter interface. Okay. So as I said, since this is only giving us VBRK data, and if I want to do something, I can do it. In fact, if you see this, it is also passing me VBRP data. So I can use this to check the item level information and accordingly write my custom functionality. Okay. But one thing about this custom exits is that you can only have one implementation. That means if somebody has already implemented this exit, then you cannot implement it again. So only one implementation is possible, and there is no filter criteria. There is no restrictive way where you can call this enhancement based on certain filter criteria, such as you want this to be executed only for a particular plant or particular sales organization. If you want to do that, then your interface should also supply you that plant number. If the interface is supplying you the plant number, then you can write an if condition saying that if plant is this, then execute the code. If the interface is not supplying the plant number, then you cannot even write an if condition, because there is no way for you to know which plant is being used in this transaction, right? So those are the two limitations of this customer exits. But once you find the enhancement that meets your requirement, this is one way of finding it. You can search in SMOD, or else you can search in, open the program and search for this call customer statement. So it will list all the customer exits that are called in the program. And the third option is, if you don't find this, then you can also search in table. For example, this is the program name. If you don't find suitable enhancement in SMOD, if you are not finding something in the main program, because sometimes when you are using the standard SAP transaction, there will be one main program, but from within the main program, they will be making lot of calls to other programs, and there could be some enhancement that is part of another program. So if you search in the main program, you may not find it, but if you actually go and search in the other program, then you may find an enhancement. Since this program is called in the main program, then if you implement that enhancement available in a different program, then also your code might get executed. So there's no one straightforward way to find these enhancements. That's why they are more complicated. But as I said, the good thing is, since these are standard enhancements, if you search in Google, you should be able to get some help based on your requirement. So another way of searching for this enhancement is, if you go to this table, mod SAP, all the enhancements are saved in this table. So here, if you search for, remember, if you give star program name star and execute, then it will list all the enhancements that are part of this program. Okay, and you can go ahead and implement any of the enhancements. So I'll show you how to implement this enhancements with one example of menu exit. So this is a function module exit that we have seen. If you actually look at this table, there is a type, enhancement type. So if you see, E is for function exit, E S for screen, T for tables, and C for GUI code. This tables is important to understand. Whenever you are enhancing a screen, let's say you are adding a couple of fields to the screen, then whatever data the user inputs in that field should be saved in the database table, right? If you take this billing document as an example, then all the data will be saved in this VBRK and VBRP tables. So if SAP is providing a screen enhancement to enhance this billing document transaction, then they'll also provide one include structure in that respective tables where you can add those fields. So whatever data the user inputs on the screen will be saved in those extra fields that you'll be adding to that standard table. So that is this tables enhancement. So we'll see when we implement screen exit, we'll see how you can use this tables enhancement to add your extra fields to the standard SAP tables. So if I look at these enhancements, these are type E, which is function exit. Okay, so we use this function exits to manipulate the data. Their purpose is that in the standard SAP program flow, you want to change the values of certain fields by applying your own custom logic. Then you can use this function exits. Menu exits are, all these exits are implemented the same way. So I'll show you how to implement this menu exit. Then you'll also understand how you can implement a function exit. Menu exits allow you to change the menu. For example, if you look at the standard transaction S11, it has certain menu options. And let's say I want to add my own menu option. Then I can enhance this menu to add my own menu options. So I'll give you one example. If you look at this ABAP editor, it has a standard menu. And let's say I want to add my extra menu option here. Okay. So how do you find these menu exits available? I'll do the same thing. I'll find the package for this SC38 transaction. Package is SCDT. Then I'll go to SMOD and I'll search for this. If you get this window, click on Information System. I'll search for this package and it lists one function exit. Okay. So if you look at this enhancement, this is a function exit, function module exit. It is not a menu exit. To enhance a menu, we need a menu exit. Another way to see whether a menu can be enhanced or not is if you actually go to that transaction for which you want to enhance the menu. And go to System Status. And if you look at this GUI status, double click on that. This is a menu that is loaded for the transaction. And if you expand this, if you see any function code that is starting with plus CUS, here under program, none of them start with plus CUS, none, utilities. Here if you see under utilities, there's a function code which is starting with plus CUS. That means here you can add your custom menu options. So under utilities menu, you can add your custom menu options. So by looking at this GUI status, I see that this menu can be enhanced by adding my own custom menu options. But if I search in SMOD, it is not displaying me any menu exit. It is only displaying me the function module exit. So if you don't find it, then what I can do is I can take this program name and I can search in mod SAP table. So I'll say star, this, star. So here if you see, there is one menu exit and there is one function exit available. So this is the menu exit. To implement it, I'll go to CMOD transaction. Here you have to create one project. Let's say Z test project. Click on create, test. Click on this enhancement assignments. And here you give the enhancement name that you want to implement. If this enhancement is already implemented in a different project, it will give an error. Otherwise, it will allow you to implement it. So nobody else has implemented this enhancement. Save it and click on components. So here you have this function exit and menu exit. What you'll be doing is you'll implement one menu exit where you add your custom function code, and whenever the user selects that menu option, it should execute some code. So that code you'll be writing in the respective function exit. You see two here because one is old program, one is a new program, and we know that the program current SC38 is using this program name. Go to change mode, double click on this, maintain your menu, let's say menu by Kiran, and let's say test from menu exit. Click on copy. So this is implemented. This is the switch framework I was talking about. If you want this enhancement to trigger, click on activate. If you don't want it to trigger, then click on undo activation. Okay. Once you implement the menu exit, you have to implement the code in the respective function exit. So double click on this function exit. Since this is the menu exit we implemented, we'll implement the function exit for the same program. And here there's a Z include program. I'll create it. and let's say I'll call this transaction MM03, or let's call SC11. And here we will change the text to call ABAP dictionary. And once you maintain it, simply click on activate. It will activate the enhancement. So everything turned to green. That means this is activated. Now if I load this SC38 transaction, you can see it is compiling because we made the enhancement. And look at utilities. I got this extra menu, call ABAP dictionary, and when I select this, it should trigger this function module. If I go to this exit, this include program, if I keep a breakpoint here, it should trigger that code. So it is calling my enhancement where it is executing this code, and it should call SC11. Okay, so now we have added a navigation option from ABAP editor. If you want to navigate to SC11, you can simply go to utilities and use this menu. Right? So like that you can enhance standard SAP menus using this menu exit. And if you don't want this enhancement to be active, if you don't want to use it anymore, then you don't have to delete anything. You can simply go to that enhancement and deactivate it. So now the enhancement is deactivated. If I run this transaction again, if you see utilities, that menu is no more available. So you don't have to delete anything. You can deactivate it. So that is a switch framework. You can activate it if you want to use it. You can deactivate it if you don't want to use it. So that's your menu exits. Now coming to screen exits, let me take one example. Let's say I want to enhance this purchase order transaction. So I'll go to ME21N transaction. Here, let me open one existing purchase order. So here if you see, there is some header level data that you can maintain, and there is some item level data you can maintain. And these are the different tabs you have. And if you click on this, it will display all the tabs, right? So you can maintain different data in different tabs. Now my user says, I want to capture some additional information at the item level. So enhance this transaction to provide me couple of extra fields where I can input this additional information. So to enhance this, I'll go to SMOD transaction. The package for this purchase order transaction ME21N is ME. So I'll go to SMOD, and here I'll say ME as the package. And if you see, there are different enhancements available, but if you closely look at these enhancements, it says customer fields in purchasing document. So if I look at this enhancement, here you can see we have one for PO header and one for PO item. Okay, so this is the screen enhancement available. So this is the screen number of this program. How these screen enhancements are provided is, these are module pool programs. So in the flow logic, what SAP will do is, on the main screen they'll create one subscreen area, and in the flow logic they'll call that subscreen, and whatever fields you add to this subscreen will be visible on the main screen, right? And these subscreens are called using this statement called customer subscreen. So if you remember the module pool topic we discussed in the flow logic in PBO, you can write this call subscreen statement to load a subscreen on the main screen. So similarly, SAP provides these subscreens. So if you look at this screen, for example, if I go to SA51, give the program name and the screen number is 0 111. And if I look at the flow logic, give the program name and the screen number is 0 111. And if I look at the flow logic, here you can see it is having this statement called customer subscreen, this subscreen area including this program and this screen number. So it is loading this program and screen number, and whatever fields you add on this screen will be loaded on this main screen in this subscreen area. Okay, if you look at this, so out of this there will be one subscreen area marked where your subscreens will be displayed. In fact, that is actually coming from a tab, so that will be a tab strip control. So this is a subscreen area here, and in this they are loading the tabs actually. So your whatever fields you add will be appearing here. And the screen we should be changing is this program. So this is the screen. So if you go to layout, and there's one added here already, somebody has enhanced it. So if you want, you can change and add something. Let's say I'll add one text field. And if you look at this field that somebody has already added, generally the name you'll be giving is the table name, because we are dealing with item level, it is EKPO hyphen and ZZ field name. Okay, whatever field you'll add on the screen, this data should be saved in the table. So if it is item level data, it will be saved in the item table. If it is header level data, then it will be saved in the header table. Since we are adding at the item level on the screen, then we'll be saving this EKPO, and which field in EKPO will the data saved? We have to create one field in this EKPO table and save it in that field, right? So when we are adding our fields to the standard table, we generally use this ZZ naming convention. So you precede your name with ZZ just to avoid conflicts with standard SAP names. So you have to add this field. And how do you add this field? Let me activate it. If you look at this enhancement, they provide something called CI includes, customer includes. So when SAP has designed this standard SAP table, EKPO and EKKO, they have already included one structure. For example, this is for EKKO and this is for EKPO. If you look at this EKPO table, if you minimize everything, there is one include structure CI underscore EKPO DB. So this structure is already included by SAP. Initially it will be empty. If you haven't implemented any screen enhancements, then this structure will be empty. But when you are implementing the screen enhancement, whatever field you are adding to the screen, you come and add those fields to this structure. So here you have to add your fields So somebody has added to the screen, but they did not add it to this. ZZWorks is the name they gave, works_d. So I'll add my fields here and then activate it. So whatever name you give for the screen field, you have to use the same name here, so that whatever data is entered in that field will be saved in this table in this respective field. If you remember, when we were talking about module pool programming, if I have a table control, then I'm creating a data object in my program using the tables keyword. So I'll say tables EKPO. That will create an interface work area, and it will have all the fields of this EKPO table. So when I add a field to this EKPO table using the CI include, then this field will become part of the EKPO table. So the program, if they have defined the interface work area using the tables keyword, then this field will also be part of that declaration. So I don't need to change the main program, right? So automatically this field with data will be available in that structure, and when they are updating the data from that structure into this table, then that data also will be updated automatically. While this activates, let's implement the enhancement. If I go to CMod, this is the enhancement we want to implement. So I'll go to CMod, and in the same project I'll implement this enhancement. Somebody has already implemented this enhancement in this project LO020. So let's go to that project LO020, and here if you look at enhancement assignments, this is implemented. If I go to components, so from here also you can directly double click on this screen number and edit it. Since we have maintained it already, here the CI include is also activated, is also created, and the screen exit is also created. Let me activate this enhancement and see if it works. So it's done. And if I go to this ME21N transaction, here if I open that purchase order, it's compiling the transaction because we've just activated the enhancement. So here if you see, we have this new tab added, customer data, and if I select this, here if you see, the fields we have added are appearing here. So whatever data I input here will be saved in that extra field we added to EKPO table, right? So if you want to add any checks, validations, additional logic, then you can handle that in the respective PBO and PAI modules of that particular screen where you have added these fields, right? So sometimes when you are adding these fields to a structure, or when you're changing or altering these existing tables and try to activate it, you may face issues. From SC11, if you try to activate, then it may give some issues. It won't be activating it, or it will take a lot of time. In such scenarios, you may have these inconsistencies, and these transactions will give short terms because the table is not activated properly. So if you face such issues, you can go to this SC14 transaction, give the table name and click on edit, and here you can select this option, activate and adjust table. So this is the database utility using which you can adjust the table. So you can also delete the table, or you can also delete the data in the table. So you can use this SC14 transaction if you are not able to activate a table in SC11 after you add your extra fields to the table. Okay. So these are the different ways you can enhance your standard SAP transactions. One is function exits, using which you can manipulate the data. Menu exits, using which you can add your extra menu options to the standard SAP screen, and using screen exits you can add your extra fields, right? So that's about customer exits. See you in the next session.